Yo, what's up, everybody? This is T with T. I am Teyanna Stone, aka T. Um, this is the second episode part um of our little series show podcast, and this is actually the end of my second week in quarantine. It's been a very interesting couple of days. Still hustling, still grinding. Um, Still doing the online school thing, still adjusting to that. Got to make a few sacrifices in order to make sure that my learning experience is okay, but it is what it is. Um, Still diving into some creative endeavors like this. Um, Also writing and producing a little bit more, just trying to occupy myself. Um, but for today's episode, I wanted to dive in a little bit about our current situation and what I feel is very important for us to um, take away from this. Um, for me personally, I always like to think of things and situations as if they're always trying to give us some sort of message or lesson. Um, so, as detrimental and disastrous as our current situation is, I do feel like there is some sort of message. Um and I guess my hope for you all and for all of us as a society is to take seriously the message that we're given, whatever it is, and to, of course, look for this message, to take it seriously, and to also take it with us once we're out of this season, because a lesson means nothing if you don't take it with you. So, I don't know, I'll give a small example in regards to, this situation. Before this whole thing, a lot of people didn't wash their hands. Let's just be completely honest. And I think it's safe to say that this whole situation has opened our eyes to the importance of washing your hands and, washing your hands a certain way. So I think the thing that I would want us all to take away from this is to continue those practices, continue to wash our hands thoroughly, continue to wash our hands on a regular basis, um, and to remember the importance of doing so. So that's just one example, but like you can take this whole thing and that whole framework and perspective to a different level, morally, personally. you know if you are going through a situation right now and this whole quarantine thing has left you with the capability of changing yourself and investing some time in yourself, you know, it shouldn't stop after this whole thing is over, you know? So if you're going through something right now and you have the time to invest in yourself, to make yourself better, to do things that you haven't been able to do because you feel like you don't have the time, because you feel like you don't have the money, because you feel like you don't have the talent. Take the time during this quarantine and learn something. Learn a skill that you always wanted to learn. Do something that you always wanted to do. You know, um, the funny thing about it is this whole thing has stopped us from doing a lot of things, but it's also given us the opportunity to do a lot of other things. So I feel like it's very important to see those things, to look at things in a different perspective. Now, of course, please stay inside because it's not 100% um safe right now. Continue to wash your hands in whatever endeavors you are planning on engaging in. Continue to wash your hands and stay safe and healthy. But I think that's um the biggest things that I want to give you today, because I feel like with me personally, that's what I'm planning on doing, Take this time to invest in yourself and to do the things that you always wanted to do, and to also search for the lesson that has your name on it during this trying time. You know, tragedies have a lesson in them, and you'll never understand the importance of the tragedy that you're going through unless you find the message, the meaning, the lesson behind it. I guess the unfortunate thing about it is sometimes it takes something like this to open our eyes to certain things, which can be a very unfortunate thing. We got people dying, we got people getting sick. Thankfully, a lot of people are recovering, but like I always say, people pass on, but nobody wants to pass on from like a deadly disease or whatever. We want to all pass away from, old age after, living our lives and all that good stuff. But it's unfortunate that it takes something like this to open our eyes to certain things and for, God to teach us a lesson. Um, I guess that's how it is. But continue to stay safe. Look for the lesson in this tragedy, because it's out there. It may be extremely difficult to find it, but it's out there. And also, invest in yourself in this time. Do the things that you wanted to do and you've put off because of excuses, because of life, because of all this other, you know, ex- crap and all this other stuff that we always, say we can't do. I feel like right now we have literally no excuses to not make our dreams come true right now. We got too much time just laying around, and and that's another thing, like, you know, we put so much off. We put our dreams off because we feel like they're not as important. Well, they are. They really are. So, take this time to do what you want to do, you know? Make yourself happy during this time because that's the only way that we're going to get through this. It's extremely difficult right now, but we can do this. But yeah, this has been Tea with Tea, episode number 2. Um, like I said, gonna continue this thing on a weekly basis. But as I said before, stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart in this situation. Keep yourself, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your city, your country, your state, and all that other stuff. Keep all of us in mind when you are living. And also, don't stop that way of thinking after this whole situation. We got to keep each other in mind. But yeah, peace.